Hi everyone, this is Starseed Rebel Jotaro here. It's November 19, 2025, and for today's video, it's been a long time that I have been wanting to talk about this, but seems that this is a very sensitive topic because it deals with death, with fate, destiny, and free will, the choices that we make, and everything that goes beyond the 3D world. And for just a disclaimer, this is my own opinion. You are free to dismiss, you're free to not believe, you're free to think whatever you want to believe, and it's not forcing you. So the important thing is that your mental state is stable. I'm not disturbing you, but this is for those who are ready for the information that I am about to share. And once again, this is my own realization, my experience, my thoughts, my opinions. I would like to talk about first about how I started with my spiritual journey in this lifetime. My spiritual journey started in the year 2012, I mean. And it said that in the 2012, this was going to be a year of the end of the year, end of the world. It's rumored to be the end of the world year because of the Mayan calendar thing that was talked about by many people, many experts, that the Mayan calendar ends at the year 2012. And so that was the year that was the starting off of my spiritual journey. Uh, the it pushed me, something pushed me to seek and to understand more about this life. And on that year, I was working on during that year, and for a company, technology company. And but on that year, I was most of the time I wasn't working. I was slacking off, but instead of working, I was reading the Bible. And while I was reading the Bible, while I was still at work, I did work a little bit, but not really that focused. But most of the time, I was reading the Bible and reading it as much as I could. I almost read all the books in the Bible, cover to cover. And what I found out is that the New Testament, especially the books that talks about the life of Jesus, Matthew, Luke, John, and yeah, those are the books that felt when I was reading it. I felt energized. That it gives me energy. While the other books, like the Old Testaments and other books, were just okay. It wasn't really. It was enlightening, but it wasn't really like it wasn't like the ones where the books that talks about Jesus and Jesus teachings. The books that teaches about the Jesus life, that talks about Jesus life, talks about his teachings. It gave me energy while I was reading it. So it was peculiar. Well, that only these books gives me energy. The other ones are just for information. And so when I was trying to read the Bibles all throughout, I finished it, Old Testament to New Testament to Revelations. So there was one time that I experienced the what is called to be heavenly happiness, total happiness, where I was on one night when I was going home from work. I felt this bliss. Uh, even though I was surrounded by lots of people going home to the rush hour going home, it was at night. But even though when I was surrounded by all people and there was chaos because everyone was trying to get home, I was I was experiencing this bliss of happiness where it it it's different, you know. I'm not sure if you have experienced this one, but that was one of the one time that I experienced that kind of emotion, that kind of feeling where you are blissful, where it seems that I am in heaven, where I'm just really happy and I'm not really worried at all. I There's no anxiety, there's no worry. It's just being happy wherever I was. And that was just one of those moments when during those years. And I read and I think I feel that the year 2025, 2026, 27, and beyond uh, um, is something different, similar to the year 2012, where 2012 was like, for most of the star seeds like me, it was a awakening timeline. It was a time where we are sort of like set off to our journey, to the beginning of our journey as realizing to be star seeds. And it was just not me. And when I was trying to understand, when I realized that I am indeed not from originally from this planet. I'm not, I wasn't where I was just visiting and trying to help this planet to rise up in frequency, rise up in consciousness. I felt alone, like living in the Philippines, where most of the starseeds that I've already realized were from abroad, like from the US and other places. But when realizing that I am from the Philippines, I felt alone because I thought that I was the only one realizing. I was the only one making up. I was the only one knowing this information. But then, when I was started to feel alone, I met people, and surprisingly, I found out that they were similar to me. I mean, they are exposed to the information that I was also getting at the time, so and that made me happy. That made me not feel alone anymore. That that made me feel assured that even though I am living in a remote, it seems like a place where not most people are open-minded, because most people here in the Philippines are religious. They are tied up to religious institutions like the Catholic, the Protestant movement, and all Christian organizations. By the way, I am raised Christian. And so I thought that I felt alone before I knew that there were other people. So yeah, and it taught me that when the universe, when you are ready for anything like information or for a teacher, the universe will show you, or the universe will guide you to meet the person, to meet any person that you need, so that you will be able to fulfill your mission or to just be comfortable with whatever you are, wherever you are. And yeah, you just have to like ask the universe, ask God, or ask your angel, ask your spirit guide, your higher self, whatever. Yeah, so all you have to do is ask, and slowly or maybe suddenly, it depends, it will just appear and your prayers will be answered. So that's what I learned when I was still like waking up. And yeah, and fast forward to 2025, this year. Today is a bumpy, this year is a bumpy year. Lots of calamities that happen, lots of political strife, lots of political troubles going on all over the world. There are many protests, rallies, um, especially here in the Philippines, where the politicians are being exposed by their wrongdoings, their corrupt practices, and not just in the Philippines, but everywhere, like Indonesia, Japan. There are lots of protests, even in the West, like England, London, and in the US. So yeah, so this year and the coming few years will be, if you are following, if you are watching other sources, like enlightened sources from Starseeds, from channelers, you will have this common uh, knowledge or common information that the years 2025, 26, 27, and the few years coming is is a year where it's like birthing. It's a birthing year where the new age or the golden age is about to become real. And this golden age is an age where people will have a different mindset on, they will be exposed to new information, for at least for those who are ignorant, who have been asleep. They will be exposed to new information. And I'm not sure if the extraterrestrials, the aliens who have been watching over the planet Earth for a long time, will be exposing themselves or being in contact. Not sure about that, but for sure, 2025 and beyond will be a continuing year of awakenings for massive people. And yeah, it started in 2012, my awakening. And this year seems to be like one of those years. And like the similar to 2012, where this will be another stronger years for people to be awakened and be exposed to new knowledge. And yeah. So yeah, back to the topic that I was planning to talk about death and life in general. So I'm not sure if you have already been exposed to this information, but before you were born, you have already have a plan. You let's call it like destiny. You already have wrote the destiny, your faith, before you were incarnated on this planet or in this plane, and that plan has been written by you with God, and that plan contains lessons that you need to learn. I'm sure that you have already heard this about a thousand times from other sources. But yeah, so you have already been planning and planned this life from your birth to your death. Although we do have free will and we are free to change the plan if we do so with the agreement of your higher self, because in this plane it's you, the one who is in the physical form, and then also the other one that is not in physical form, which is your higher self. So you are existing in, actually, in different planes of existence, physical and spiritual. And for you to change your destiny or for the planned life path that you have set for yourself, you have to be in agreement with all of your other self existing, the physical and the higher selves and the other planes that you are also existing. And so so you have the free will to change whatever you want. You may change the time of your death. You may change it to a little later or a little earlier, depending on what you really want, what you have agreed with your higher self. And yeah, you are free to do whatever you want in your lifetime, because the goal of your life is to grow, is to become God, and is to experience life, the hardships and everything that is present in this planet. And in this planet, this has lots of hardship, and lots of lessons to learn and to experience. And one may say that this life is just a game where it's actually just you who just wants to experience. But and it is the reason why you want to incarnate in the earth is because you want to experience and to see see the emotion, see how it is to be hurt, see how it is to lose someone, see how it is to lose something, and without the knowledge of being a higher one. Like you want to experience it in a clean, without any precognition or any knowledge of your true self. So that's your reason why you incarnated here in this planet. And if you're a star seed watching this one, the reason why you volunteered to be in this planet is to help people um, be show people of how it can be. May it be little things like some people are just too buried or into the negative cycle, and with your just aura, with your just your presence, you can help them feel lighten up. If you're a starseed that possesses these energies that calms people and just makes them feel better just from you being around this, that's your reason why you are here, volunteering to be in this planet to help people. Because for some who have communicated in through channels in other sources, that there are earthbound souls or earthbound spirits that have been trapped here for a long, long time, and they have lost touch already with how it is, how to live and connect with with their higher self. They have been so long trapped in the consciousness of a scarcity, consciousness of survival, where it's hard for them to overcome it. And it is for the starseeds, the light workers, to try and influence them and try to show them that there is another side to life. So some of them will be hating you because they see you differently. And yeah, that just explains uh, how it is on this planet, where they say that there will always be haters and you cannot please everyone, which is true. And you just have to accept that not all people are bound to you, that you are bound to respond to them. So yeah, so that's how it is with life and with free will. The death part is pretty difficult to explain, especially if you have a loved one that has died, recently died. It's difficult, especially if you are not aware of these things. If you are not spiritual, if you don't have any faith at all, it's difficult. And yeah, feel free to just stop this video and just move on with your life if you don't feel comfortable hearing this from me. You might be comfortable hearing this from other persons, but not from me, so that's fine. So anyway, death is a personal choice, and like it or not, death is a decision that you have already made, for that people have already made before they incarnated here on Earth, and sometimes we can change it, like me, other people. We can try to change their destiny. We can try to save them, but even then, it is still their decision to be made when they wanted to be saved. Though rarely times where the death is caused by forceful. These types of deaths are really bad type of deaths because the ones who did it, if they are not in accordance to the plan with that person, like example, if a person dies that is involved in a crime, and if the person that died, like uh, he was getting robbed and then he died in the process, and then the person that died was not in his plan that he will die when he was robbed, that the person who did the crime will be liable to grave consequence because um, it was not according to the plan. And these types of happenings do happen, but it is rare. Most of the time, the deaths that are that happen that involves crime is also pre-planned by you and the one who has done the crime. So yeah, so there are things that happen like that, but it is rare because most of the time it's planned, pre-planned. Because it involves karma, where in another life, this person has also killed you or killed another person, and then it's his turn to be killed by the other person. So it balances out. So it is written in the Bible that the God is the always balances out. So that's how it is with how things work in this universe. So yeah, um, yeah, about death. Like I would like to share about the death of my father a few years back, where he had suffered a heart attack, and then I tried to go to a faith healer. We call it albularyo here. Um, I tried to consult him about my dad if he can do anything about it. So they said that he had already um, made sure, or he already assigned a spiritual healer to my dad. But initially they said that my dad was like already letting go of his life here on this planet. And but the faith healer said, okay, let's try to restore that, and maybe it will have a chance. But in the end, my dad really did let go of his physical form here on this planet. And yeah, sometimes we can try to save a person that we love or save a person that we want to save, but sometimes it's just, or most of the time it's their decision. If it's their decision to let go, and it's their decision that they want to move on already. And it will be hard for people who are left behind for sure. And it will be sad because yeah, it's just sad. And but then we have to understand that everything happens for a reason and it is planned. And yeah, so just have to accept things that happen to it. And just have to try and look past the deaths that happen and try to see our lives and realize that it happened for a reason, and they let go because most of the time they see that you will just be okay by the time that they have gone, uh, after a moment. And the good news is that although they are gone physically, they are not really gone from you. They will always be a part of them that stays with you, because we are all connected, because we are all one. in the real sense. It's just um, it's just a matter of you uh, seeing their connection when they try to communicate with you, like they try to show you signs where you would think that, hey, this is like just like my dad or just like my mom or like that. So you just have to realize that even though your loved ones who have passed away are physically gone, they are not really truly gone, because there is no time and there are is no boundaries that can cut off God. And because everyone is God, me, you, the loved ones that have passed away, even your pets, even your things. And yeah, so there's just no limit to where it can connect, and you can feel it if you choose to, and if you're just aware. So yeah, that's my that's what I like to share about death, and it's that it just happens, and we just have to try and accept things, and then we will just, if it's like in my opinion, if it's like, if it's in my time, it's my time to go. Like everything happens for a reason. So yeah, because what we can do is just try to live the life that you have been given, that you have assigned, that you have let yourself be on this moment, and try to experience as much as possible that the planet, that the earthly life has to offer. And so yeah, and do not be like too stressed about things, earthly things, because in God's, as the Bible says, a human lifetime is just a blink of an eye for God. So yeah, so we just have to try and not stress too much, because stress is like number one killer of human beings in this planet, because they are too stressed. Yeah, I know it's easy to just say not be stressed, but anyway, I just have to say it. There's no easy way. There's no. It's just how it is, you know. So yeah, that's just what I want to to share to you today in this video about death. And my closing is that just live your life. Uh, you know, try as much as possible, and try to get as much experience, as much things that you can absorb by living on this planet, and try to live your life happily as you can. And that's it. And I hope to see you again on my next videos here on my channel. This is Starseed Rebel Jotaro, and it's goodbye for now.